Scouts, a new programme for 35 years. The Squirrels will be aimed at 4 to 5-year-olds and will encourage them to do things like pitch a blanket tent, plant seeds and learn how to spend 50p in a local shop. The programme will prioritise communities that most need to rebuild from the pandemic. Matt Hyde is the Chief Executive of the Scout Association. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sarah.
Now, first programme for 35 years, you obviously saw a gap. What was the sort of initial thinking?
Well, I mean, the point about this new tailor-made programme for 4 and 5-year-olds is really to ensure that we can help 4 and 5-year-olds gain skills at a time when it matters most. So that those critical early years. And really, I think we'd kind of designed this prior to the pandemic, but in a way, the need has become even greater because those young people can learn these critical life skills through play and storytelling and routine, all these kind of early years best practice, but combining that with the best of Scouts, learning by doing and getting into the great outdoors.
I mean, 4 and 5-year-olds, they are very young to have one trying to imagine these, I think you're calling them Squirrel Dreys.
That's right.
To have that it's a young age. Have you got their parents alongside or?
Well, we've done 44 pilots, so we've learned a lot, actually, from those pilots. And yes, absolutely, parents and carers, we want to get involved as well because we need as many volunteers as we get. We need volunteers, we need donors, we need partners to come alongside. But you know, what we've seen is the incredible impact it's had on those young people's life chances. What's interesting as well from our point of view, this is also a great way of recruiting new volunteers and people who haven't been involved in Scouting before. So in the pilots, 58% of the volunteers who came along were completely new to Scouting. So I think that's one of the huge strengths from this as well.
So when you say prioritising communities that most need rebuilding after the pandemic, give me some examples.
Well, those from lower income areas, Black, Asian, minority ethnic communities as well. I mean, ultimately, it's about reaching all young people, but we know there's a real need. And the fact is that for a 4-year-old, they've spent a third of their life in the pandemic, much of which has been in lockdown. So they've been less able to play, be with friends, learn those skills that are so important to their journey. So we're asking people to get involved.
Matt Hyde of the Scout Association, thank you. Saturday marks 20